This is your Pinpoint Weather Hurricane Tracker with Jason Scott on June 23rd, 2012. We're looking at a possibility of a development of a tropical storm forming in the Gulf of Mexico sometimes today. The National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Invest 96L, and the latest report that we have is location at 24 north, 88 west. Winds are estimated at 35 miles per hour. Movements to the north, and the barometric pressure is 1,004 millibars. The system again is located about in this vicinity here, and most of our data is coming from a buoy which is very close to the center of circulation. And yesterday we were looking at it on satellite imagery, and it's showing a very broad center of circulation. This morning the satellite imagery is showing the circulation is beginning to tighten up, and that's indication that the system is becoming better organized. Also, wave hikes in this area by the buoy reporting wave heights increasing, and also the winds are beginning to pick up, the sustained winds. And also, we're looking at quite a bit of convection to the east of the center, and once this gets wrapped around a smaller and tighter area of circulation, then the system will begin to expand. Also, we have a high pressure building over the top of the system, which will allow a ventilation, and that will set up a perfect situation for increasing in development into a potential tropical storm today. We still have some wind shear going on over the northern half of the Gulf into Florida. This wind shear, it was inhibiting this system from developing. Once the wind shear is forecast to decrease over the next 24 hours, and if that happens, then yes, the system may possibly develop into a minimal hurricane. But we first have to look at where the system is going, and a lot of the models are not in agreement of where it's going, and there's a split in the agreement there. One is scenario one, taking it into Florida because there's a weakness to its north. There's a trough dipping down, and that trough may not be strong enough to pull it to the north because the system is going to be lagging behind, and this system could leave that particular trough that's pushing off to the north. If that happens, or if it does move into Florida, then the system will be a weaker tropical storm as it pushes perhaps toward the Tampa, Florida area. Now, if the system hangs around into the Gulf of Mexico, continues to drag north and take its time, there's going to be a ridge building behind the trough, and that ridge of high pressure will cause the system to swing to the west and affect the Texas coast or perhaps the southern Mexican coastline. So that's the setup currently. We do not have a direct track of where the system is going. These are options that it could take. It could take option number one, which is into Florida, and if that's the case, it will be a weaker system and cause mostly rain. That would be the main threat. If it happens to hang around into the Gulf and the trough leaves the system to its north, and it ridge builds in and it moves to the west, then it perhaps has ample time to increase into a potential hurricane. I would say anywhere from a category 1 or 2, and affect folks over in the Texas region and North Mexico. So that's your latest. We will keep you posted here at Pinpoint Weather Hurricane Tracker. So keep it tuned in to our channel. We also have a website, CycloneWarningCenter.com, and we keep it updated 24/7. Thanks for joining us, and you have a wonderful afternoon, Saturday, and we'll keep you posted on the latest on Invest 96L.